What's up, guys? CSG Cisco here today. Um, doing something a little different. I was thinking to myself, man, because we gotta wait another week for the next chapter of One Piece, and I started thinking about like theories, theories and possible future outcomes of the series. So I decided that I wanted to at least record myself, just rambling, giving my thoughts and my theories on future events to come in the One Piece series. You know what I'm saying? The One Piece world, the future of the series, right? Um, so like right now we're in Wano fighting Kaido and Big Mom. I personally, I feel like 5 against 2. Like yeah, like well, I mean, there could be more people going up to the roof. We don't know, right? So for now, we have Luffy, Kid, Zoro, Law, and Killer up on the roof. 5 supernovas against 2 Yonko. Just the Yonko, like not the crews, nothing like that. Just the Yonko themselves. 5 supernovas up on the roof, right? And there could be more people ascending up to the roof to join in, but for now we have 5. Um, if Zoro and Luffy fight Kaido and Kid and Killer fight Big Mom and Law plays, the AoE mage from a distance support role and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure this fight can go in a pretty positive direction. Of course, there could be other players that make it up to the roof after they finish whatever they have to do downstairs, or I don't personally know if Sanji's gonna go up to the roof, but like, I mean, there's a possibility that he will. I mean, I would like to see him go up to the roof. Don't know. It's not 100% sure he's gonna make it up onto the roof, but like, whatever, right? Okay. Um, I mean, he could end up fighting like King or Queen or some shit, because Marco is fighting King and Queen, but like I don't know if like what I'm saying, like, because not all Yonko. I'm one of the mind that not all Yonko commanders are built equal, right? Not all Yonko commanders are built equal, as that is not the case, like at all, right? Um, Marco could definitely be stronger than Queen, but he could be weaker than King, or he could be weaker, or he could be stronger than King, but Queen's assistants, Queen and King both fighting him, kind of push the bar a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like he might not. It might be a little too much for him. It might be too much, and so he might need the assistance, right? And the only motherfucker downstairs that is not doing anything major that is capable of fighting either king or queen would be Sanji. Like he's not doing anything but dealing with Black Maria right now. He's just simping, right? And while the 5 are upstairs about to engage Kaido. After Wano finishes, right? Because I was of the mind, I was thinking that Act 3, because I think Kabuki plays like what, like five fucking acts or whatever. Hold on, Kabuki. Well, let me search it up. All right, just to make sure. Let me. Whoops. Ooh, I clicked a lot. Uh, Performed. Blah 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 blah. However, these days, structure of a full day performance was derived. 5 acts. Nearly every full length play occupies 5 acts. Okay. So Kabuki plays are 5 acts. I thought chapter 1000 was gonna finally mark the end of Act 3, right? So so I thought Act 3 was gonna end with chapter 1000, right? Um Luffy starts fighting Kaido. Okay, Luffy starts fighting Kaido, um, and Big Mom lands the hit. Everybody matches up with whoever they need to fight. Act three ends. That's what I thought was gonna happen. Then Act four was gonna be the fights. Act four finishes. Then Act five would have been the post-war stuff, like the the eating, the dancing, the singing. Excuse me. The eating, the dancing, the singing, the celebrating that Wano is now open. The newspaper, fake news. Morgan's dropping his newspapers all over the place in Wano, probably finding out what happened with the Revolutionary Army, what happened with Sabo, because apparently something happened. But at this point, it was so long ago. I wouldn't be surprised some people forgot. If some people forgot, I wouldn't be surprised. Like that was announced forever ago. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking to myself, like, man, what next? After Wano, what next, right? And I got to thinking. I was like, maybe I can see there being 4 arcs left, 4 islands. I'm not saying there will be, and I don't know if there's gonna be 4. I'm saying minimum of 4, right? Minimum of 4 islands left, and these are the ones that I think are it, right? So after Wano, because it's confirmed now in Wano there is a red poneglyph, right? Finding that red poneglyph means that Luffy will have found 3. 3 out of 4, right? Okay, cool. So 3 out of 4. Um, the arc I feel that might come after Wano would probably be Elbaf. They've been talking about Elbaf forever, since the beginning of the fucking series, right? The beginning of the series, and like back when like Dogi and Brogi were a thing and all that other shit, right? So like the beginning of the series, and also going to Elbaf plays a large part in Usopp's character arc, maybe, right? Because he does want to be a brave warrior of the sea. He looks up to the giants because they're fucking warriors. Then those niggas live and breathe battle. They're like One Piece Mandalorians and shit like that. Fucking. They have to. They live, eat, breathe battle, right? So the giants are is a pretty good thing for Usopp to get acquainted with. They're a pretty good group of people to get acquainted with. Um, Also just to see like if maybe even get to see Haruden and like maybe whatever other crewmates he's assembled in this time frame. I would also assume the 4th red poneglyph is on Elbaf. I am under the assumption that the 4th and final red poneglyph is on Elbaf. I could be wrong. I'm not saying it's 100%. I'm just saying I would, like if it was there, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, giant island, ancient. The giants live so fucking long. Those niggas probably were, given one to defend, right? Because they could make sure that nothing would happen to it since like they live so fucking long, right? They have way longer like lifespans longer than regular human beings. Motherfuckers probably got one, right? Motherfuckers probably have one. Um, After that, we probably have Roadstar. The reason I say we probably have Roadstar is because Roadstar was the final island Roger sailed to before he found out that there was one more island left, right? God damn, I'm yawning a lot. My bad. I'm kind of kind of tired. I'm not gonna lie. But Roadstar being the final island Roger traveled to before he found out Laugh Tale was a thing, right? Um, Roadstar we'd probably head to only because I feel like this would be the arc. This could be the arc where like the Shanks confrontation could occur because I don't I feel like Luffy has to fight him. Luffy has to fight him if he wants to, be king of the pirates and stuff like that. You gotta beat all of Yonko, right? And he even said it himself. He has to beat all of them. Something could happen to Shanks before the confrontation, but I mean that's a but, right? If something could happen to Shanks before that. If anything, he could be on Roadstar because it was the last known island he traveled to. He didn't go to Laugh Tale, right? He got off the ship with Buggy. They didn't go to Laugh Tale. They didn't see that island. So the last like island that Shanks might know how to travel to might be Roadstar, right? It might be the last island he knows how to get to. So I wouldn't be surprised if he made that his like base of operations or wherever he's usually at with his crew, kind of serving as a roadblock for anybody that might be that close to the One Piece. Anybody that even gets to this island is probably like right there, right? They're like a step away. There's only one island after that. They just need to know how to get there, right? So Shanks probably serving as a roadblock, kind of like a ability check, right? Like in an RPG, they got like skill point checks and stuff like that for certain things. Well, Shanks is serving as a skill point check in this scenario where Luffy cannot progress if he can't beat him, because anybody else that comes after him is on another plane, right? Another level, right? Way stronger. So if Luffy cannot beat him, he ain't progressing any further, right? Then he gets to Laugh Tale after Roadstar, after defeating Shanks. After getting to Laugh Tale, he finds the One Piece. We get the Joy Boy flashback. We get the Void Century info drop and all the shit that happened in that time period. Whatever the promise was that he made with the Merfolk, and then Luffy being as emotionally attached as he does with like certain characters and stuff like that. Robin might, is gonna find out what the Will of D is. Luffy will find out what the Will of D is. We don't know if he's gonna care, but like, I mean, he might not. He might, right? Um, then they, learn about the history. This kind of sets off like the desire to go fight the Celestial Dragons for whatever reason, right? The Five Elder Stars. For whatever reason, it's time to go fight them. Whether the Five Elder Stars decide to, you know, uh, roll out like Autobots, right? Roll out like the Autobots and go fight the Straw Hats, or they'll, announce that they have Sabo or the Revolutionaries or something. I don't know. Either way, the Straw Hats, the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, all these motherfuckers are gonna pull up fourth arc, right? Fourth arc, final arc to Mary Joa, right? Mary Joa, they go over there, they fight the Five Elder Stars, they fight the Navy, they fight Im or Imu, whatever motherfuckers want to call them. I personally say Im, but it's because that's how it's spelled. It's IM, right? Imu, like the pronunciation is like the Japanese say Imu, because they stop, like they add like emphasis to the M or whatever, so they go mu. Like it's kind of like how they pronounce this shit. Just like Enel is Enel, not Eneru. It's Enel. It's just that they make like a weird L sound in Japanese. Like they say Enelu. They go like Eneru, right? The L has a lot of emphasis. They don't have a natural L sound in the Japanese vocabulary or whatever. So it's like a ru sound, like a R like sound comes out or whatever instead. So his name is Enel, not Eneru. Get it? So that's why I say Im, not Imu, because they do the same shit with M's. for whatever reason. So when it's the last letter. So I say Im. Just letting you know right now. Some motherfuckers might get upset. Um so the final battle against Im, five Elder Stars, whatever. Im is probably a descendant of someone in Joy Boy's history during from the Void Century or whatever the fuck. Probably a descendant, maybe even someone from the time period. Maybe they are someone who got the immortality surgery done on them by a previous, a prior user of the Ope Ope no Mi, right? And they got the immortality fruit, or they got the immortality ability granted to them while that person died. And now this person reigning as king and or queen of the world is immortal. Maybe not. I'm just saying, I'm just spitballing. I'm just throwing out ideas. It's a possibility. I'm just saying, right? None of this is 100%. These are all theories. I'm just rambling. Wanted to record myself doing this, right? So, Im, I personally think is a queen of the world, right? I feel like she is a woman. Personally, reason being is because that robe for one is super fucking long. Two, I feel like the hair, like that shit in the back is not a veil. It's probably hair. It's super fucking long. And I wouldn't put it past Oda to do like a callback to Kaguya from Naruto being the final villain. Because like you niggas watch Naruto, right? So like, or Reddit, right? Where Kaguya was the final villain, but like it was all of us, nobody really liked that because it felt like an ass pull. Nobody really liked Kaguya being the villain because it was an ass pull. It was a last minute thing. Madara should have just been the last villain and he should have just ended the series there. Obviously, with Sasuke and Naruto's fight being the final, the ending, but like Madara being the final definitive villain of the series, right? So I wouldn't put it past Oda in wanting to, step up over Kishimoto on like this is how you make a final female villain, right? Because like she's already been set up. She's not an ass pull. She's not coming out of nowhere, right? Like she's right there. We know of her existence. She is like shadow government of the world, right? The shadow queen of the world. No one fucking knows, right? It would make sense. It would make sense. And whoever it is gonna get fleshed out in a flashback. Because it's Oda, you know what I'm saying? Like she, they, he, right? Like they're getting fleshed out in a flashback. So it's not gonna be a baseless, ass pull, final villain, a boring one, or anything of that nature. Might be just a really cool one, and like, this is a really cool, well written one. It might have really cool abilities, right? Overpowered abilities to be, ruler of the world. I would assume you have a very strong devil fruit, right? And like maybe like some next level conquerors hockey and shit like that, all that bullshit that Luffy might have to step up to in the end, right? So there's that. The final war. This is when the final war happens, right? On Mary Joie, where the Navy, the five other stars, everybody gathers to have the final battle, final big war of the series. And another thing, it's crazy how One Piece, throughout the main storyline, we would probably have gotten 3 full wars, right? 3 full wars. I don't remember any shonen series that ever did that shit. Like, where like it's like, oh, there's like war after war after war. Like shonens usually end with one war at the end. Every arc is usually just like one group against another or something like that. And then the final arc is like one giant big war to close it all off, right? One Piece has had Marineford, right? Big war. That was like halfway through the series. Wano. No. Yeah, no. Marineford, I would say maybe is like 33% through the entirety of the series. Wano could probably be 66%, maybe even 70 something percent through the series. And then Mary Joie, final war to free the world, right? Free the world from its shackles and all this shit. Would be the final war. Um, and that would be like another big one, right? Like, if not the biggest one, because now it has a bunch of monsters fighting for uh what it is, the sake of the world, right? Um, but knowing Luffy, he's not. He probably won't be doing it to save the world. He's not. He's not a hero, right? He'd probably be doing it to, like, for a friend, or like maybe he gets attached to Joy Boy or some shit, right? That's just an assumption. All this shit is just assumptions, right? Um, but yeah, um, that's about it. That's where, like, I feel the series is headed towards. Right? I'm sorry, I'm eating and speaking. I know it's kind of rude, but like the chocolate's gonna melt if I don't eat it. And I've been talking for like 20 minutes, so I gotta eat this shit, right? So, so they fight. Um, the casualties. I almost forgot about the deaths. The deaths, right? So when it comes to Blackbeard, I feel like if they don't fight on Laugh or Mary Joa, God Valley could appear out of nowhere again. Hmm? Hmm? God Valley could appear out of nowhere because they said God Valley disappeared or it sank or some shit, whatever, right? It vanished. It doesn't exist anymore for whatever reason. Um, God Valley reappears, and Luffy and Blackbeard fight on God Valley and fight for the position of the Pirate King, and of course for the ownership of the One Piece, whatever the One Piece may be. Maybe it's the key to all the ancient weapons. The One Piece might be the key to all the ancient weapons, right? Pluton, Uranus, whatever. Neptune. No, Neptune is Shirahoshi, right? So like it might be the key. Who knows, right? So they fight on God Valley, and that's it. The series ends. Uh, we probably get like 2 3 movies after the series ends. Like we get like what I'm saying, like a Naruto the last movie or whatever the fuck, where like Luffy is now the Pirate King, so now he's gonna be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go see what's up with Hancock. I'm gonna go see what's up with Boa. You know what I'm saying? Like she's been holding it down. I'm gonna go see what's up with her. So then Luffy goes off and woos Boa Hancock off her feet. Of course, there's gonna be a villain that kidnaps her or some shit, takes her, runs away with her or some shit, and then Luffy sets off on a quest to fight the villain that took Hancock and defeat her, and save her, and then probably get married and all that shit at the end. Um, I could see each like of the monster group of the motherfuckers in the Straw Hats being set up with someone like Sanji. I already feel like they already set Pudding up, right? Zoro, I feel like they set Hiyori and Zoro up already. Like Hiyori like was the first princess, like the first princess in the whole series that did not meet Luffy first. The whole series, it was always Luffy meeting the princess of the island, befriending them, and helping them out. In this scenario, Zoro runs into Hiyori for being the princess, the Kozuki clan the heiress of the Kozuki clan, all that shit. Being the first character she runs into, being Zoro, and what I'm saying, like already building a close bond, just like Luffy has formed bonds with the princesses that he's met. So I feel like, yeah, like they did that shit on purpose. This might be like setting up for that that the last movie. It could be that certain female characters get taken, right? like Hiyori and fucking Pudding, and like Katakuri loses, and fucking Pudding gets taken or some shit, and then fucking the Mono Samurai get fucked up, you know, and then Hiyori gets taken. Uh, the Amazons lose, and Boa gets taken, right? And then boom, we get the final movie. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, or whatever save them, of course, with the help of their friends. They run up, fight the motherfuckers that took them, save them. We get like a little heartwarming, soft moments between all three, and then all three of them probably have like marriages together. They might have a marriage all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? you know, and then they retire to the islands that they they want to live in after their runs of being pirates ends, right? Like they retire from being pirates. So now Luffy probably goes off. Well, I was gonna say he goes to Amazon Lily, but he can't do that because women. It's a women only island. Men can't be there. So Hancock and Luffy probably go back to his original hometown or some other town or whatever he might like or some shit, right? But I would say the original town in the East Blue, because no one's gonna look for the Pirate King in the East Blue. It's the weakest sea, No one's gonna look for him there. Zoro probably would move his ass to Wano. It seems like an obvious pick, right? And Sanji, with the fall of Big Mom and the Big Mom not being around anymore, and the head of the Big Mom pirates probably turning into Katakuri, so they'd be like Katakuri pirates, the Donut pirates, Mochi pirates, whatever the fuck they'd call them, right? Being the head of Whole Cake, Sanji might move to Whole Cake with Pudding. Who knows, right? I'm just like throwing out a bunch of shit that I'm just thinking, swirling through my head, possibilities for the future of the series. But there will not be a Boruto series, bro. There will not be a Boruto series for One Piece, because what's the point? Like, what's the goal, right? The goal of One Piece is to become the Pirate King. If Luffy is the Pirate King, then what's the point, right? And if Luffy has a son or a daughter or whatever, and all the other crewmates have kids and stuff, why would they form crews together to sail off to sea to do what? To do what? Like there's nothing, like, I mean, unless they make a brand new goal, but there's like no big threat, right? So like the series ends after that shit. Like there's, because it's like it's an epic, right? The series is an epic. Just follows the tale. He goes down different islands, meets different cultures of people, different types of people, helps them because they're his friends and nothing more. He's not trying to be a hero or nothing. It's just, you're my friend. I'm not gonna let you struggle like that, and that's it, right? So, and then he keeps moving until he finds the fabled One Piece, becomes the Pirate King, and that's it. There is nothing else. There is no goal to achieve after that. So like making a continuation would make no sense. It could be like somebody might be like, oh, but they could make it, set it in the future where Luffy's dead and like the One Piece has been lost somewhere and now they gotta find it. Like, it's like, bro, there's no point. For what? We know what the One Piece is. It's no mystery. There's no world government outlawing the study of the poneglyphs, and the history is probably gonna be known to everybody once Robin gets her hands on that shit. She's definitely gonna fucking write it down and tell the world in some way, shape, or form. She's gonna like make a book or some shit, right? Where she tells the fucking world about the history of the Void Century and like, all that shit that happened and stuff like that. The truth will be out. There's nothing else to do. The series will end. There's nothing else. But that's about it. Like there's nothing really else to there's nothing else to come up with. That's really all that I really think about the future of the series. If you guys got any like theories, any opinions, any thoughts you'd like to share, leave them down in the comments below. Tell me what you think about anything that I said. If you agree or disagree, state why, stuff like that. Let's have a discussion. If you find the video, right? If you find this video, have a little discussion about the future of the series. Uh, have a little discussion of the future of the series with me. Just respond to some of the things I said here. Leave your thoughts and whatever down below. And that's about it. Um, well, no matter where it is that you guys are, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, right? I hope you guys have a fantastic day, rest of the night, or whatever, and take care.